In this video, we'll show you how to create a schedule in ECAM to indicate a building's operating schedule, occupancy schedule, or perhaps an equipment operating schedule. Would note that for many of this charting in ECAM, creating a schedule is not necessary, but it can be helpful for a number of things. And it's next on our menu item, so I'll demonstrate it now. Again, go to the ECAM menu, and we go to Create Schedules. Now this scheduling form is organized very much like the form in eQuest if you're familiar with that tool. So I'm going to call this first schedule WD for weekdays, and weekday occupancy we'll say is 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. So we just click those items. That's for main occupancy. And for startup, we'll say startup starts an hour earlier, and so call it 6:30 a.m. and shutdown is an hour later. We'll make that 7:30 p.m. You don't have to create all these the startup and shutdown times if you don't want. The simple scheduling will suffice in most circumstances, but users have previously requested additional scheduling periods, so we added that. So for the next scheduling period, we'll just do weekends and holidays. Call that WEH. And right now the default is that scheduling is occupied all day long, so it goes from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. To make it so a time period is unoccupied, we'll just change it from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. And if we don't change the startup and shutdown times, if those times are inside the times for main occupancy, then they won't be used. So we'll just leave that and just have these two scheduling time periods for starters here to demonstrate this. So that's our day schedules, the times of day and the days of the week when the building is occupied. Next we go to the week schedules to show how those schedules apply to each type of day. And this schedule is going to apply to all year. You can give these any name you like. You can type anything you want here. I'm just going to use the default in there of all year. And now the names we gave it in the prior step are available here to us. So Monday is a weekday, Tuesday is a weekday. We're just going to select this each time for all the weekdays. And then Saturday, Sunday, and holidays are part of the WH weekend holiday schedule. Now we have to define how those schedules will occur over the whole year. If we have more than one schedule like this, if the schedule changes sometime during the year, we can add a second schedule here, give it a different number, and have up to 5 schedules during the year if the scheduling changes. But we'll just use this same schedule for now. Go to our annual scheduling, and since we're using the same schedule for the whole year, starting is at January 1st, it ends on December 31st, and the week schedule we use is the one we named all year. Click OK. We'll now process in those empty columns and define each day and each time as whether it's occupied or unoccupied. So you can see here in column P, it's unoccupied, and then we have our occupied periods, and then we have our shutdown period, and then it goes to an unoccupied period, and based on the schedules that we input here. And July 4th is a holiday, so it's defined as a holiday and as unoccupied. So that's the ECAM scheduling form and scheduling capability. This will allow us to organize our data and chart it separately for occupied and unoccupied periods. In the next video, we'll show you how to define your points so that you can use some standardized point names which provide some additional capability within ECAM.